Yeah, it's going. When was the last time you saw an in-depth story on soldiers serving in Iraq or Afghanistan? According to the Education for Peace in Iraq website, the major news media outlets in the United States have decreased the number of news stories that cover the war in Iraq. In fact, February was the first month since October 2008 that news stories involving Iraq broke into the top 5 news stories of the month. The responses to the survey indicate that many people would like to know more about the war in Iraq and Afghanistan via the television news media. It also shows many of you have never sent a package or letter to troops or an individual soldier serving in a combat zone. Today I intend to show how reminding our troops overseas that they are not forgotten is a truly important task, and to offer a few suggestions on how to take part in supporting a soldier. As a former Army soldier, I know personally that letters and packages from home can help invigorate the morale of troops. So first, let's take a look about the importance of sending letters to our military overseas. According to the Senator Elliot Chapley website, when asking what a soldier in combat desires most, a veteran told him, "The best thing in a soldier's life is a hot meal and a letter from home." Many soldiers serving in combat lead rather stressful lives. A typical day in the life of a soldier includes possibly 4 hours of sleep, if any at all, an MRE or meal ready to eat, and the constant fear of losing one's life. Granted, there are many days that they have time off away from their normal military duties and they get to spend it with other buddies, but there's always a constant fear of what can happen tomorrow looming over their heads. With the decline in news coverage, I fear that a decline in support of U.S. soldiers from Americans with no immediate ties as service members will also be soon to follow. So what can the average U.S. citizen do to help prevent this occurrence? There are multiple organizations in the U.S. that accept care packages for soldiers and distribute them in both Iraq and Afghanistan. The USO, or United Service Organization, is one of the oldest nonprofit organizations that assist the U.S. military. According to their website, the USO's mission is to boost the morale of U.S. service members and serve as a link between them and the American public. USO centers are stationed all across the U.S. in airports and towns and anywhere that military traffic ends up going. And their main purpose is to provide a place for entertainment and a break from normal military duties. They provide phones, phone cards, ways to get in touch with their families. They also have centers stationed in the major bases in both Iraq and Afghanistan. You can log on to their website and it will prompt you with a request for your personal information and give you the option to donate money. If you'd rather make a more personal donation with your contact information so the soldier can get a hold of you and you can start a dialogue back and forth, then perhaps another website is more appropriate. The Treats for Troops website offers the ability to sponsor an individual soldier through their Foster a Soldier program. According to their website, you can pick the branch of service, gender, hometown, area of deployment for the troop that you would like to support. This website gives you the ability to interact with the individual soldier and let them know that a random U.S. citizen still remembers and cares. It helps the soldier's morale to know that a specific person back in the U.S. cares about them and is vested in their life. This initial package can also open and lay groundwork for further communication between you and them. There are many more websites out there that might fit your needs more, and these are just obviously a few. So imagine how a few minutes of your time and effort can affect a day in the life of a soldier. Picture a lonely service member with little or no support network back in the U.S., no family supporting them, sending them letters. Imagine them on Christmas. As his fellow soldiers open letters and gifts from home, he sits by with a false smile and is wondering if anyone knows or cares that he's serving his country. How would you feel? As the war in Iraq and Afghanistan slowly fade from the evening news, the soldiers serving in combat zones are indifferent. Their mission stays the same, regardless of the happenings back in the U.S. Their daily lives involve high-stress situations, possibly deadly situations, and a simple reminder that their efforts are not forgotten is little to ask. So when you leave here this evening, I encourage you not to let that soldier celebrate Christmas by himself. Log onto the internet and find either one of the websites I spoke about earlier, or find a website that suits your needs and your donating needs. Be a hero to a hero and let them know you care. Thanks.